Okay, Nasai Minasan. Today we're gonna talk about Kamen Rider Geats episode 39 before watching Kamen Rider Geats episode 39. So without further ado, let us start off with the trailer. Let's go. Kamen Rider Geats!
俺が作り変えた世界だからな。
どうしてジャマトがまだいるの？
ジャマトの
Damn.
中で手引きしてる存在がいるはずだ。
Okay.
第二の女神にされる。日曜午前9時。
Okay, so this is the trailer for episode 39. We saw that Ukyo S is actually gathering all the rider once again, but we are not sure why is he gathering all the riders once again. Is he gonna start a new round of the DGP, or is the DGP management team is actually back in this era once again? Because based on what we learned is that after the grand end, they're gonna leave the war, they're gonna go to a different time period, something like that. But that is not what happened. Remember what happened to Suelu? He got defeated, he got destroyed. So I think Suelu is back to revenge, he's back to take down Ukyo S. So right now the entire story is gonna be Ukyo S versus the DGP. That is what I'm thinking would actually happen. Or maybe right now they are, instead of focusing all their hate and kind of like anger towards the DGP to Ukyo S itself, but they are, rather than that, they are actually trying to harness the power of Sumori, because right now we need to remember Sumori and Ukyo S both have the power of the creation. Okay, so we are not sure what is gonna happen and how the story is gonna be like, but one thing I know for sure is that there is gonna be a possibility that we are gonna get Sumori becoming a rider herself. It's gonna be a little bit similar to how Kamen Rider Zeo treated Tsukuyomi, because Tsukuyomi henshin in quite late into the story, and I think she only kind of like henshin once or twice throughout the entire series, something like that. So I believe and I would love to see Sumori henshin. That is definitely gonna be a huge W for all of the rider fan who is enjoying Kamen Rider Geats right now, because if Sumori actually henshin, that is gonna be so good. Okay, like I'm not sure what is she gonna henshin into, what is gonna be her character, like her rider motive, what animal is she gonna be, but if she henshin, that is gonna be really amazing. Okay, so one thing that I still really want to see from the show itself is definitely a Tengu rider, kind of like a Crow rider, something like that, because like we have Kisune, man. Like we have the legendary Nightail Falls, we got the legendary Tanuki, and another big Japanese kind of like monster that we haven't seen yet is the Tengu itself. The Tengu is, I would say, like a perfect fit, the perfect fit for Kamen Rider Geats. So if they can bring in the Tengu, that is gonna be so amazing. Okay, but with that being said, we need to look at the trailer scene by scene to kind of like figure out what we can learn from the trailer itself. So let us start off with the first thing. We're gonna see some Geats 9 doing some somersault, some backflip thing. We are not sure who is he fighting and why is he even fighting, because from what we learned is that the DGP is no more, so him fighting once again would actually means that there's something wrong with the world. And later we actually learn that the Jyamato is actually back on this world, and we actually get to see in the next scene this is what happening. Okay, like Baffa is talking to Ukyo S together with KY. We are not sure whether or not Nago is here or not, but we actually hear Nago voice in the trailer itself, so I believe like Nago is gonna be here as well. But Baffa and KY Tycoon, whatever you want to call him, is gathering here to talk with Ukyo S. And based on how Baffa is talking to S right now, it's like he knows, he still remembers what happened. So what happened? Okay, like it did S actually kind of like create their ID core and give it back to them, or kind of like he just appeared to kind of like create a wall where the riders still remember what happened, something like that. Okay, so I'm not sure what is gonna happen, but really interesting thing. And we get to see a kind of like a close-up shot of like the bush tree and also bush tree. I'm not sure what to actually call it, honestly speaking. Now that I actually had the opportunity to take a look at these two rice buckle together, it actually looks really good. It looks like a perfect combo set, something like that. So I hopefully by the end of the story we are actually gonna see Tycoon using something similar as well, and maybe Buffa using something similar as well. So I think all of those power is gonna come from Ukyo, as like he is gonna be the giver of rice buckle for the rest of the rider for their power up, or maybe Sumuri. Okay, maybe Sumuri is gonna be the one that actually gave power ups to the rest of the riders, but what is gonna happen, we are not sure. But let me move on. Okay, let me move on. The next thing we're gonna see is Ukyo S and Sumuri looking over the city. We are not sure like how Sumuri is back here once again, but it's good to see that she's back. I would love to see more of Sumuri, and hopefully she is gonna be playing a really important role in the future moving forward, something like that. But I kind of like have a big question mark here right now, because right now so far Ukyo S and Buffa both are determined to kind of like destroy the DGP, but Keiwa is determined to destroy, like to kind of like he's looking for someone to blame. Okay, like he's looking for someone to blame. Like it's kind of like what KY is doing right now is trying to look for someone to blame for what happened in World War II, and like he can only blame Hitler, but Hitler is already dead. So what is he gonna do now, man? Like what is he gonna do now? Like I mean, like the goddess of creation is no more, Mitsune is gone. Like who is he gonna be angry at right now? Okay, like is he finally gonna work together with the rest of the rider to take down the DGP, or is he gonna put the head on Ukyo S right now? Because right now he might know or he might not know that Ukyo S actually have the power of creation. So he might actually ask Ukyo S to, hey man, you have to carry your mother's sins, something like that. Maybe that is what KY is gonna do. If that is the character of KY, honestly speaking, I'm disappointed, man. Like I'm really disappointed, because like for that there's a glimpse moment where we actually get to see the OG KY in the previous episode, like the cowardly scared little KY. But when it is time for him to save people, he's gonna man up. I think that KY is really good. I really enjoy that KY, but I kind of like want to see him go all dark, but at the same time I doesn't want to see him go all dark as well. So I'm really conflicted on how I actually want the story of KY actually goes. But moving forward, we need to see the next scene. This is the scene where humans are becoming Jyamato. Okay, so how the hell does this happen? Because based on what we learned is that the Jyamato actually kind of like are plants, they are being planted, something like that. But right now we are actually seeing people becoming Jyamato. So maybe there's a way that Beroba and Kekera actually find out to henshin them into Jyamato, something like that. But the next thing we want to talk about is that Beroba is back and Kekera is also back in action. So Buffa and Tycoon both still have their supporter, but the rest of the riders might not have their supporter right now at the moment. And you might be thinking to yourself, like, why are they here? Like, why are they still here in the past itself? One thing we need to remember is like, what is their final wish? They actually went to the goddess of creation. They presented their final wish before returning the vision driver to the DGP management. So the wish is gonna hold the secret to why are they still here and why they can actually stay on this world, something like that. So we actually get to see kind of like a screenshot that someone took in the, how do I say, like in the episode where they actually did the wish, and we actually get to see that people are actually speculating that both Beroba and Kekera actually wish that they can stay on this world until they find their ideal. Like for Kekera, it's like, fine, like I will not leave this world until I actually find true happiness, something like true laughter. That is what Kekera wants. Like he wants to see true laughter, and then for Beroba wants to see like true despair and true unhappiness, something like that. So all of these things are the reason why Beroba and Kekera is still here and why Jyamato is still here. I felt like Kekera still wants to make Tycoon a rider. How is he gonna do that right now without the desire driver, without the ID call? We are not sure, okay, but definitely like there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. Okay, so let me move on to the next thing. We get to see someone is doing research on I would assume to be the Jyamato, and you might be thinking to yourself, who the hell is this? And my biggest suspect and my biggest theory right now is actually gonna be Nash Sparrow. Sparrow is gonna be back once again, because remember, he got retired. Okay, he's not dead. And who has the ID call of Sparrow? Baroba has the ID call of Sparrow, so it would be really easy for Baroba to just look for Sparrow, ask, like, force him to touch the ID call, and then he's gonna remember everything, something like that. It's gonna be really easy to bring Sparrow back in action once again. But one thing that is really sad is that the Sparrow keep coming back, but the rest of the cast that got deleted, that doesn't actually come back, which is kind of sad. I actually really like Sae as a character. Hopefully we get to see her more in the future, or maybe kind of like an episode where she is kind of like a bystander, something like that. It's enough, okay? But then again, let me move on to the next thing. And we got a new game master wearing the same mask as Gilori this time. I mean, like, I think all of the game master wears the same mask, but this time we have an immediate face review. It is not Sumori, by the way, for those who are curious, but it is actually okay. When are we gonna show the face? Okay, I just want to skip to the face. This is the guy. Or there is gonna be our new game master. He looks really young, because Gilori and Chiram are, both of them are not young at all. Okay, like they are all kind of like more elderly dude, but this time this guy is way younger than them, so we are not sure what this guy is gonna do. What is this guy do? Why is he even back in this time period? We are not sure, but that is the fun of speculating. Okay, so I would assume that this guy is back to bring chaos, or to take revenge, or to kind of like build Sumori into the goddess of creation. All of these are possible, okay? But I think that is the end of the trailer. Yeah, that is the end of the trailer. So that is all from me. Hope you enjoy what you see here. It is gonna be an insanely good episode next week, because we are starting a new arc. Okay, we are starting a new arc, and it is gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what happens. But that is all from me. Hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.